What, did Joe Biden get less than 1,000 people to tune in for his Thanksgiving Day message? But was supposed to believe he got 15 million more votes than Barack Obama and 15 million more than Hillary. And he underperformed with minorities in every major city except Georgia, Milwaukee, Philly, Detroit, and Nevada. Now, tonight, millions of Americans, you do feel betrayed. According to Politico, look at this. 70% of Republicans, they don't believe this election was free, fair, and for good reason. We saw blatant election law violations in state after state. We've watched the poll observers push 6, 20, some even saying to cameras and now on affidavits 100 feet away. Mail-in ballots with no postmarks, laws blatantly changed last minute or just ignored, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. And after years of being lied to, smeared, slandered, and frankly censored now by America's most powerful institutions, bureaucrats in the deep state, the hacks in the media mob, the 99%, we're not just going to take their word for anything. We know we can't trust them. Senator Rubio is absolutely right, and he joins the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, many others across the country, backing the president's legal challenges, determined to count every single legal vote. Now look at your screen. Instead of investigating claims of election abuse like a real news company, fake news, CNN is airing a list shaming Republicans who haven't publicly congratulated the network's dear leader. It's big.
It's big.
This is about election integrity in this, the greatest country on earth. Now, it's about following the rule of law. It's about holding bureaucrats and the media accountable. President Ronald Reagan often said, trust but verify. I'm a trust but verify guy. After 5 years of lies and conspiracy theories, the Russia hoax, Hillary's dirty dossier, FISA abuse, lying to a FISA court, spying on a presidential candidate and a president, fake polls, fake news, fake everything. We, the American people, I don't have any trust in these institutions. None. So now more than ever, verification, authentication, investigation. Then you add to that H.R. 1. Now, we know partisan observers didn't observe in states that had a mandate, legal mandate, statutory language. We know one state that had dual signature verification standard, Georgia. We know the Pennsylvania Constitution, they just didn't pay attention to it. They just ignored it. And we saw the court ruling in Michigan today. Michigan and Wisconsin have laws against voting by mail. Now they want to bake all of this into H.R. 1. What is your reaction to that, considering what happened in the last election?
Of course they do, Sean. Of course they do. They know it's the only way that they could win. They couldn't beat my father at 75 million votes. There's no way this guy got 75 million votes. Are you kidding me? And they know they got through based on all of that nonsense, based on mail-in voting and these absurdly long voting periods and people not actually having to go to the polls and mailing ballots to every single person, no matter how many ballots they mail to their homes and how many different states they mailed ballots to. I mean, that's why they're trying to bake this stuff in. They know that they wouldn't have had a shot against Donald Trump had they actually played on a level playing field. It's why they're doing this. I mean,
here is more of my exclusive interview with former President Trump from Mar-a-Lago, where we discuss all of this, including censorship and cancel culture, as well as election reform. Take a look.
We have to get good governors in. We have to get governors that are going to fight for voter integrity. Because, again, I said it before and I say it all the time, the number one question I get after the horrible, it's not the result, the cheating and all of the things that went on, the lack of waiting and getting legislative approval, and a Supreme Court that was afraid to act, and they knew they were wrong, a Supreme Court that had no guts. The number one question I get is, will my vote count?
I mentioned 4 things that I think are important. Chain of custody, partisan observers should be able to watch the entire vote count, signature verification, and voter picture ID.
Right.
Anything else you'd add to that?
Those are the main things.
Those are the main things.
Simple. Well, there's something else. So you have poll watchers, vote watchers.
Partisan observers.
In Pennsylvania and Detroit, they were viciously thrown out of the room.
100 feet away.
Well, forget about 100 feet. They couldn't even get near the building. In Georgia, in Pennsylvania was so bad. Detroit was horrible. The supervision of these elections, these people were physically thrown out in many cases.
What Hannity was saying privately was far from the message that he and his network pushed publicly to its viewers, of whom would march on the Capitol.
So on the left side of your screen,
you will hear Hannity's words to viewers. On the right, you will see his private text to Trump allies, members of Congress. We report, you decide.
We have Ted Cruz coming on later in the program. We know that he wants this commission to look into this for 10 days. We're going to have about 150 House members supporting this as well. A big rally. I believe your dad will be addressing that rally tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. Big crowds apparently showed up to the point where the West Wing could hear the music and the chanting of the people that were there already. And this all kicks off in the morning tomorrow.
Well, Sean, that's right. And tomorrow is an important day. We have an obligation, I believe, to protect the integrity of the election and to protect the integrity of the democratic system.
Senator, I'm looking at the support you're getting in the Senate, and I'm looking at the support in the House, maybe 150 members in the end. It's looking like realistically, can this really happen? I don't like to give this audience false hope. I want to, would we have an audit? Is that real? Is that a possibility? Do you see, for example, do you see any, after tomorrow, is there a path for the president constitutionally?
Well, here's the thing. This isn't hearsay. This isn't someone saying that Hannity texted them. This is the committee has proof. Right. They've got the evidence. Yeah. And Hannity is not responding. He's not saying anything on his show tonight?
Not on his show, nor is Fox News commenting. We know there are other texts from other Fox News personalities as well.
Amazing to me, Joe Contra, I go out of my way to explain what my job is because a lot of people in the media mob do not understand what we do. Yes, I'm a member of the press. I have 675 radio affiliates. I'm on the Fox News channel, which is a news channel. But I don't claim to be a journalist. I claim to be a talk show host. I have to give some credit to the American people that they're somewhat intelligent and that they know the difference between an opinion show and a news show.
Yeah.
You're cynical. Look at that. Yeah.
I am cynical because,
You think we're bad for America? You think I'm bad for America?
Yeah.
You do?
In the long haul, I think you and all these opinion shows...
That's sad, Ted.
No, you know why?
That's sad.
Because you're very good at what you do, and because you have attracted a significantly more influential...
Well,
let me finish the sentence. Let me finish the sentence before you do that.
With all due respect.
You have attracted people who are determined that ideology is more important than facts.
Shockingly, we were supposed to win easily at 64 million votes, and we got 75 million votes, and we didn't win, but let's see what happens. We didn't win.
I don't claim to be a journalist. I claim to be a talk show host.
We didn't win.
It's big.
It's big.